And we are live. Hello, everybody out there on Facebook. And
hello, welcome.
Let's get some folks in the room with us. We're excited to be singing today. It is a happy Monday. Hope everyone out there is feeling good too. Hello, everybody. Hello. It's so great to see so many people. Hello. Thank you so much for jumping in today for another Daily Antidote Singing Together Day. I see Lisa in Indiana. Hello, Lisa. Jane in Pennsylvania. Hello. Nancy in Washington State. Hello. Doug in Vermont. Hello. Nicola in the UK. Glad you're with us again today. Thank you so much for being here. Dion in Massachusetts. Hello. Kathleen in Albuquerque. Hello. Bonnie, great to see you in Idaho. And Aloysius in Massachusetts. Hello. Carolyn in Idaho. Hello. Zeta in Chicago. Hello, little tiny Zeta. So fun to have a little one in the room again today. Barb in Kentucky. Hello. Sheila in Florida. Hello. Barry in Maryland. Hello. Nice to see you. David in upstate New York. Janet in Georgia. Hello. Dan in Virginia. Adele in Washington, D.C. Hello. Lynn in Connecticut. Hello. Dennis in British Columbia. Glad you're with us again today. Anne, hello, in the DMV area. Claire, hello. Nice to see you. And Luda in BC. Glad to see you again, Luda. And Isabel, hello. Ellen, hello. And for folks who aren't on video yet, hello to Marcia and Sandra and Joni and Catherine. And some folks still not connecting to audio, Marion and Gwen and Adrian and Kofi, Dennis, one of our other singer-songwriters in the room today. Great to see you. And sorry if I've missed you, but we will get you on the back end on the goodbyes. Hello also to everybody out there on Facebook Live. We're glad you're with us. Welcome to the Washington Rebels Carpe Diem Arts Daily Antidote of Song. We are here today, as we are every day at noon, singing one song together, building a little community, thinking a lot about action steps in a time when our world needs a lot of action. Everyone in this room and in this community, it's truly amazing. We all have never met. We all just come in this room together and sing every day and energize each other. And someday we're all going to meet. Someday, indeed, we're going to have the Daily Antidote live. So I think I said this is the Washington Rebels Carpe Diem Arts Daily Antidote of Song. And so there are a couple quick announcements. My email is in the chat. If you want to be on our Daily Antidote list, you can email me and or you can pop it in the chat to me here. And also the lyrics to the song will be in the chat. And let's see, I want to thank Binta Kulabali, who is running our tech today. And I also want to thank Kathy Bullock. Say hey, Kathy
Hello.
Bullock.
Hey, everybody. Happy Monday. Delighted to see your wonderful faces. Yes.
Yes.
It's a brand new day, y'all.
It is the Kathy Bullock ADD energy level in the house. And we love it. We absolutely love it. So her laugh is enough to get us through the day. We don't even need to sing. All right.
Just good to live in a good heart. Well, I don't know about living, but good heart.
Kathy Bullock is co-hosting with me today, and she's going to jump in during the discussion. So I want to introduce a new singer-songwriter to us today, someone we've not had yet, and we're so excited to be singing with him, Roy Zimmermann, who is a 30 years veteran on the folk scene and is a satirical singer-songwriter, and he's bringing us a song today that's actually not necessarily one of the satirical ones, but it's a song with a lot of power in it. And we'll talk about it more during the discussion. Roy, do you want to say anything about your song? And,
yeah, I mean, thank you, and thanks so much for having me, Joe. And Kathy, and I'm so happy to be able to do these shows. I mean, since we stopped touring, it's great to have an opportunity to do these shows without wearing pants. This is a song, Hope, Struggle, and Change is the name of this song. Hope, Struggle, and Change, because as our folk singing friend Ann Feeney told us, you know, they often teach the results, the victories, the wins, and all that stuff, but they seldom teach the struggle that went into it and too. So we know about the hope, we know about the change, but we have to consider the struggle as well. That's where this song comes from. So should I do the chorus first and kind of, yeah, okay, let's do the chorus kind of line by line. All right. So it's going hope, struggle, and change. That's the first line of that chorus. So I want you guys to sing that back to me now. Here it's going to go 2, 3, 4. Hope, struggle, and change. Now you do it. Hope, struggle, and change. Second line's very similar. Hope, struggle, and change. Now you do it. hope, struggle, and change. Now, there's trouble and danger on the road to justice. Okay, your turn. There's trouble and danger. 2 and go. There's trouble and danger on the road to justice. Good. Okay. Now, gonna keep on hoping. Right? Aren't we? Okay, here we go. 2, 3, 4. Gonna keep on hoping. Gonna keep my eyes open. Ready? Good. Go. Gonna keep my eyes open. And the change will come. The change will come, but it won't be easy, right? And the change will come. The change will come, but it won't be easy. So the whole chorus goes like this. Hope, struggle, and change. Hope, struggle, and change. There's trouble and danger. There's trouble and danger on the road to justice. Gonna keep on hoping. Gonna keep on hoping. Gonna keep my eyes open. Gonna keep my eyes open. The change will come. Change will come. Change will come, but it won't be easy. Right. Okay. So you will be totally ready when that chorus comes up 17 or 18 times during this song. And I should just go ahead and do the whole song now. Is that right, Joe? All right, here we go. Okay. Was there ever a time more hopeful than back when we were saying, yes, we can? The days of hope and change when we were planning to move forward. Well, I think it's time to hope and change again and get the kind of feeling we had then. But hope is not enough, and change depends upon one more word. Hope, struggle, and change. Hope, struggle, and change. There's trouble and danger on the road to justice. I'm gonna keep on hoping. Gonna keep my eyes open. And the change will come. Change will come, but it won't be easy. You know that civil rights didn't fall to us the moment Rosa Parks stepped on that bus. There's been a lot of hope and justice before and after. But suddenly a ray of hope appears, and only after years and years and years, only 'cause of blood and sweat and tears, and yes, even laughter. Hope, struggle, and change. Hope, struggle, and change. There's trouble and danger on the road to justice. Gonna keep on hoping. Gonna keep my eyes open. And the change will come, but it won't be easy. Elizabeth Cady Stanton never saw a woman's right to vote become the law. But women everywhere now know the awesome load she carried. And Stonewall didn't settle any fight. There's been a lot of stonewalling since that night. But the Supreme Court has recognized the right of people to be married. Hope, struggle, and change. Hope, struggle, and change. There's trouble and danger on the road to justice. I'm gonna keep on hoping. Gonna keep my eyes open. And the change will come, but it won't be easy. We gotta hope and cry, work until we die. We gotta plan and fail, spend the night in jail. We gotta really get pissed, resist, and raise a fist. We gotta try to revolutionize. Gotta bleed and need, suffer guaranteed. We gotta sweat, no doubt, get the vote out. We gotta howl, yell, raise a lot of hell. We gotta educate and organize and keep our eyes on the prize. So asking any president to make fundamental change, that's our mistake. Gotta be a giant just awakening from its slumber. You know the moral arc of the universe is bending ever better, never worse. It's almost like the human race rehearsing for its big number. Sing it with me now. Hope, struggle, and change. Hope, struggle and change. There's trouble and danger on the road to justice. Gonna keep on hoping, gonna keep my eyes open, and the change will come, but it won't be easy. Yeah, the change will come, but it won't be free. Oh, the change will come from you and me.
That is what I'm talking about. That is
Yes.
amazing. Thank you, Roy, so much. That was
Yes.
so much fun.
Yes.
So I want to just shout out, before we move into the discussion, I want to shout out some of the folks that joined us on Facebook. So Mary's on Facebook from Omaha. And I also want to shout out some of the folks who joined us in here. I saw Rick Pagliari jump in the room. He's one of our singer-song leaders who's been with us lots of other times. And Storm and Lynn and Jan and Caroline also jumped in the room. And I think also I said already that Kofi's in the room with us. Kofi Dennis, glad to have you here today. Thank you so much, Roy. That was a lot of fun. Kathy, can I turn it over to you?
It was the epitome of the Daily Antidote of Song. After hearing that song and singing, I'm ready, Roy. I'm ready.
Yeah, there you go. That's right.
Keep on hoping and keep on struggling. And it is about struggle one step at a time.
Yeah.
And like John Lewis talked about the long haul and the long story, not just
that's right.
Today.
In good trouble. Right.
Things like this.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a good reminder. Thank you for that. I'm on fire now. Woo! Watch out, world.
Absolutely. Good. That's what these songs should do, is they should not just entertain, of course, and maybe amuse or whatever, but they should spur you to do some work. They should do some work in the world, these songs.
Yes. Now tell me where you are from.
I'm zooming in from Northern California, from a little town called Kelseyville, California. It's been called Kelseyville since the mid-19th century, when Andrew Kelsey came and enslaved the Pomo population here, and raped the hillsides for its gold. And you'd be hard pressed to find a good thing that he did. At long last, after a lot of advocacy, they're talking about changing the town's name.
Oh, wow. Do they have a new name in mind?
Well, we're right here by Mount Konocti, which is the Pomo name, for the area. So it makes total sense to call the town Konocti, California. Yes. And that is the leading, it's been a gradual change. It was almost 10 years ago that they changed the high school name from the Kelseyville Indians, to the Kelseyville, Celtics or something. I'm not sure what they are now. But they had, and of course their logo was an Indian, but not a Pomo, not the local Indians. The Indian on the thing was a Cherokee or something anyway, with a big headdress. So it's a gradual change, but it is a struggle as always, right? And that change will come.
Yes, I just have to put that in big.
That's great. So, Roy, a lot of folks in this room I know knew you before the "Vote Him Away" song became popular, but others in this room found you through that song. Can you tell us a little bit about that song? That was a hoot, I have to say.
Well, that's amazing. My wife and I co-wrote that, as we did "Hope, Struggle, and Change" too. Melanie Harby is her name, we had heard actually a version of "The Liar Tweets Tonight." A local group of Raging Grannies. You know this group, the Raging Grannies? It's a national kind of a movement, but it's yes, and they get together and they do a lot of street corner singing and so forth, and a lot of song parodies. And they had done a thing called "The Liar Tweets Tonight." We loved that, and we wrote to the person who was responsible for those lyrics and said, can we take a crack at that too? And she said, oh yeah, of course. So Edie Morris, is our co-writer on that song as well. We put together a video called "Vote Him Away, The Liar Tweets Tonight." And we invited people from my mailing list and from across the country to provide choruses for us. So it's the first of what we call our virtual sing-ins, where we have video clips submitted from people all over the country singing along with the chorus. It's much like the concept you're getting at here. It's a democratic process. And thankfully, I mean, it went through the roof, and our whole Vote Him Away series of now 4 videos has amassed about 100 million views.
That's so amazing. I love it. So
Wow.
I actually had wondered about all the different faces on the video. So those are not like family and friends and folks you coerced. These are actually just folks off your mailing list, and whoever sent something good is who you use. That's
These are
so
people
cool.
we met by doing it. Of course, after the huge success of the first Vote Him Away video, then we got requests from all over the country from people that we'd never heard from before, people all over the world. In fact, a lot of requests from people in Europe and so forth who are rooting for the American experiment, who love us, despite what you might have heard. Yes, and love us and want to root for the American experiment.
Go
So
figure.
Vote Him Away became a kind of an international phenomenon.
Wow.
And yeah, so the most recent iteration of the video, Vote Him Away number 4, contains all 300 or so video clips that we've amassed over all that
Oh
time.
my gosh.
That's awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop the links for anybody in this room who hasn't had the fortune of seeing those and getting to belly laugh with them. We're going to pop the links in the chat here so that you can check them out. They are really a lot of fun. And Roy and I actually talked beforehand about singing it or not singing it. We were hoping to get him during voting week, but that wasn't working with his schedule. And we decided to sing something different today so that we would be singing more about forward movement and change, rather than sort of poking at the old, whoever that guy is in office right now. So I feel like we did a good thing today by singing something that was a little more on the serious side, but I will in fact love to have you back again in 2021 with one of your funny songs, because they are all a hoot. I got to watch a whole bunch of them in the last week or so, and it's been just
Fantastic.
great.
Well, good.
So
my pleasure.
Great. Binta, you have a question?
Yeah, Roy, I was wondering, how did you begin writing satirical songs? Because that's a very niche way to approach music, or niche way to approach music. So,
well, I started writing songs in junior high, right, and right away they were kind of topical songs. They were about what was happening around me, and with our friends and so forth then too. So that's kind of how it comes out of me naturally. And then as I developed more of a political consciousness, the songs drifted into political waters then too. I guess the answer is just that's how songs occur to me. I became a big fan of Tom Lehrer. A lot of your viewers and listeners will know Tom Lehrer, and other satirical songwriters. Phil Oakes wrote a lot of stuff that was quite acerbic, you might say. And I remember hearing Outside a Small Circle of Friends as a kid growing up in Sunnyvale, California. And that song had more of an impact on me than anything by The Who or the Beatles or whatever. That song just really was a lightning bolt to my brain.
Wow.
And what
That's
do you
really cool.
think of, the role of satire in social justice work and social movements?
Well, as I say, that's a great question. And as I say, these songs should do work. These songs have work to do. And a song like Hope, Struggle, and Change is a little more on the nose, a little more hard on the sleeves, let's just say, works in a certain way, right? It inspires us, as Kathy was saying. I'm so great to hear that. It fires us up, makes us ready to go. The satire works in a more maybe insidious way. It kind of comes behind you and says, "Isn't this ridiculous? Isn't this absurd? Don't you share my chagrin at what's happening in this country and in this world, right? And if you do, if I've stated it, forcefully enough, maybe you'll be inspired to go out and change it as well."
So there's the power of the satire. There's a smile and a laugh, and behind that, or with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you've done it right, that's right. There is the poke that comes behind that. That's right, and that poke is directed hopefully at the right victim.
Yes, one of our participants talked about the role of humor is really important, the critical role in change and social change. And
Yeah,
you're right at the heart of that. So what do you think about looking forward on where we are right now?
Well, obviously we're at a precipice. There's that line in the song I just sang, asking any president to make fundamental change, that's our mistake, right? I mean, we can all celebrate this presidential victory, or those of us who do can celebrate this presidential victory. But the changes that we all want to see won't come from that president. They'll come from us. They'll come from us. And yeah, and so I myself am fired up, to begin the real work now. For a while now, we've been in a defensive posture, and we've been trying to preserve maybe some of the changes that had come along before. Now we're at a place where maybe some more positive change can happen.
And so that sounds very empowering at a time when so many of us feel just no power, just feel sort of, in the midst of this COVID rage, just feeling powerless, or,
Yeah.
just what can I do? And what you're saying is that there's so much power that we have and can tap into. And
Yeah, there is, and one of the ways that we can do that, one of the that we can actually take action, is to re-empower truth.
Wow.
Truth has been a casualty, of these last 4 years. Truth is under fire, definitely. As much as any group of people, or as much as any cause, the cause of truth, is one that we all need to support. And if we do that, and I think satire is a great way to do that too, because by stating something that is completely false, with such vehemence and conviction, that that the absurdity of it becomes obvious, I think what you're doing is supporting truth.
If I was at my church, I would say, touch your neighbor, say, re-empower truth. And then you would repeat it after me.
That's right. Exactly. Okay, good. I think I just came up with a t-shirt idea.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
How we doing,
awesome.
Joe? Do we need to?
Yeah, no, I've actually got one more question for you. So
Yeah.
Some of the folks in the room are noticing, as I did in some of your videos, that you have folks who've been in the room with us before, Emma's Revolution, Reggie Harris. I'm sure we have lots of crossover with all of the friends and the cohorts that we know. So I had asked you whether or not you knew Pete Seeger or had ever sung with him, because of course the Whim Away song was made very famous or popular by him. And you said that you did not ever get a chance to sing with him, but that you had a good story for us. So I'm excited to hear it.
I would love to have sung with him. I'd love to have done that. I was at a folk conference with I had a band called the Foreman during the 90s. Yes, there was satire in the last century as well. That was my band back then. We were at a folk conference, one of the Folk Alliance conferences in Washington, D.C., as a matter of fact. And the other three members of the Foreman got to meet Pete. They got to hang out with Pete a little bit then too. I was off doing some other schmoozing somewhere else, and I was climbing the long staircase out of the trade show floor, at the end of the day. And I decided to take the escalator instead. So I switched over to the escalator, and I'm just kind of leaning against the escalator rail when somebody passes me on the staircase, passes me taking 3 steps at a time, and it turns out it was Pete. That, there he was. And I was like, at the time, what was I, 37 years old or something like that. I was exhausted after a day. And there's Pete at 70 something at that point, right? Just loping up the stairs. And at the top of the stairs, I wanted to say hello, but he was mobbed, and somebody was saying, Pete, your banjo says, surround hate and forces it to surrender. What does that mean? And Pete, in typical Pete fashion, was answering so earnestly. Well, it means that, and he was, he actually engaged that question. So I was, a huge admirer. You may see behind me my banjo.
Oh, nice.
Okay, right, and you see that they're swirling around there. This machine, this machine forces. What does it say? Let me see. This machine drives neocon, homophobic warmongering, etc., from the room. Anyway, that's my banjo.
That's great.
My
All right,
take
so
on
then
it. Yeah.
I have a question. Do you remember which Folk Alliance conference that was that you were at? What year or what place?
Got to be 96 at a hotel in one of those downtown DC hotels. I can't remember which one.
So,
but,
okay, so I was there too. And actually, I also saw Pete at that conference. And I also wanted to say something. And I had just gone through a discussion with a bunch of other artists who had been saying, like, you know, really the last thing you ever want to say to an artist is your music means so much to me. They get so tired of hearing it. So I, at that same conference, was on an elevator by myself. Door opened, Pete stepped on, door closed. I'm on the elevator with Pete Seeger. And I'm like, I'm on an elevator with Pete Seeger. And I need to say something to Pete Seeger, but I can't say like, hey, the music. So I just sat there, and the only other thing that came to my mind is like sort of the nice weather we're having, which I was like not about to say, right? So I sat there fully mute, going, but, and then the door opened and he got off and the door closed. And I was like, what just happened? So many, many years later, I actually ended up working with Pete very closely and for several years. And in your eloping story, it brings up something which I've probably told the people in this room before, but maybe there's somebody new, that one of the first time I went to his house, when we got out of the Jeep, which was a harrowing ride up this thing, and I had my little 1-year-old, he pointed out the ice in the front of the house and explained that they flood it intentionally because they like to ice skate from their car to their front door because it's fun. And he was at the time 85 or 87. I don't know. Yeah. So, and
right.
you know, yeah, it kind of sums it up, right?
Right.
So I'm wondering if you could give us that chorus a couple times just so we get to sing it once more before we all leave each other's company.
Absolutely. Okay. It goes hope, struggle, and change. You ready? Here we go. Hope, struggle, and change. Hope, struggle, and change. There's trouble and danger on the road to justice. I'm gonna keep on hoping, gonna keep my eyes open, and the change will come, but it won't be easy. Ready, go again. Hope, struggle, and change. Hope, struggle, and change. There's trouble and danger on the road to justice. I'm gonna keep on hoping, gonna keep my eyes open, and the change will come, but it won't be easy.
Yes, change will come, but it won't be easy. Yes.
You got a keyboard right there.
I'm sitting right in front of it, Roy.
Okay.
I got you. So thank you for those uplifting words and just sharing with us your light and all the ways in which you have, shared with so much in the country and in the world with your music. We are thankful for everybody who's been here today. We're going to have to say bye to y'all till tomorrow. And so if somebody said my perfect pitch was astounding. It wasn't my perfect pitch. I got the piano in front of me. So I found out where it was. Because I'm a gospel church musician. You got to be able to catch on to the music and sing.
You got to do it, right.
57 days, 23 hours, Sandra, as in 37 minutes. Oh, until...
inauguration?
Woo! Okay. Be a little calmer.
That's my guess. Okay.
Yes, I think you got it right.
Okay, good.
So we're gonna have to say goodbye. Thank you all again, and reminders: if you would like to donate to this cause, please feel free to do so. This is number 200, over 220 times.
30 something, yeah.
30 something that this effort has come from Washington Rebels and Carpe Diem and through the capable hands of Joe Rossi. Thank you, Joe, for all you do every day, and Binta for our tech person today, holding us together, and for every one of you who is here, and our mighty guest singer. Thank you, Roy Zimmermann.
Thank you so much for having me, Joe and Kathy. Thanks a bunch. It's been great.
Yes. So now
Yeah, I was just going to say, everybody in the room, give him a big hand so that he knows how much we want him back in 2021. So, Roy, I hope you can see all those faces. And Kathy, I'm going to say a quick goodbye to everybody on Facebook. Thank you guys so much for being with us. And please join us again tomorrow.